Chapter 3. In the city of Ferndale, Michigan, a woman parks into the driveway of a two-story, three-bedroom house. She is a middle-aged Caucasian woman in her mid-40s. Her hair had a few strands of gray that appeared through her coal-black locks. She is slightly out of weight, at least 50 pounds more than her average 157 pounds. Her name is Barbara Jean Hansen. Barbara exits her car that was at least 15 years old and is heavily rusted due to the brutal Michigan weather. The winters were torture for the vehicle due to salt laid heavily on roads to prevent black ice from forming. Yet, Barbara made sure the car remained reliable. It was her favorite car, a memento you could say. Barbara wore uniform scrubs that nurses normally wore at the Detroit Medical Center, a hospital at the heart of downtown Detroit. She has a tired look on her face as she just finished working the graveyard shift. She opened the trunk and removes a few grocery bags before entering the house. Inside the house, it was kept up with modern decor. However, the house layout showed some antiquity that gave it a bit of a nostalgic feeling. It was similar to the house from the TV show Charmed. She looks around hoping to see someone getting ready for school. That girl. I swear that she sleeps more than a bat in a cave, Barbara said with a Texan accent. Barbara entered the kitchen to set the groceries on the table island. She quickly leaves the kitchen and darts upstairs. In the bed is a 15-year-old girl who is wrapped tightly in her covers. Her name is Gracie June Epps. It is large and filled with all the items of a normal female teenager. The walls were plastered with drawings, paintings, and digital art that showcased her creativity. The annoying buzzing sound caused Gracie's hand to slam down hard on the alarm clock. Once silence returned, Gracie turned over on her side while pulling covers just above her shoulders. Barbara quickly darts into the room. "Hey, I heard that alarm. Time to get up and get ready for school," Barbara demanded. "Auntie, please let me sleep a little while longer," Gracie whined. "Nope. Rise and shine, sweetheart." Barbara opened the curtains, allowing the rays of light to flood the bedroom. Gracie let out a slight whine as she pulled the covers over her head as if she was a vampire trying to hide from the sun. "I don't want to hear that. I told you to go to bed early but you stayed up anyway. How many times I told you not to stay up so late?" "I know, but I had a creative inspiration. I had to get this painting out of my head. Now get that butt out of bed and get ready for school. Breakfast will be ready for you in a few." Barbara replied. "Auntie, please let me sleep just for a little bit longer. I tell you what, I'll make your favorite strawberry crepes that you like." Gracie darts up from her soft pillow as if someone set fire to her bed. "All right, I am up. I knew that would tickle your fancy. Now hurry up before you miss your bus," Barbara replied before leaving the room. Gracie sat up at her bedside and wiped her eyes. Gracie had honey-toned skin and dark brown curly hair. She was a beautiful coming-to-age adolescence. She put on the glasses that gave her a nerdy look. She looked at two pictures that were sitting on her nightstand. One was a younger woman and the other picture was a middle-aged African-American man and Asian woman smiling. In the picture of the younger woman, she had olive brown skin tone and jet black curly hair. She had Asian eyes and thick lips, which made it clear that she was biracial. Her photo was in a silver picture frame that was custom made with the zodiac sign of Pisces. The name Miriam June Epps was engraved at the bottom of the frame. The other photo contained a picture of an African-American man and a Korean woman, who both appeared to be in their late 50s. The photo was encased in ivory with engraved hearts etched around the picture frame. She grabs both picture frames and kisses them. "Good morning, Mom, Grandma, and Granddad." Moments later, Gracie quickly entered the kitchen and sat her backpack stuffed with books on the floor before taking a seat at the table. Gracie wore a school uniform that covered her slender build. Her uniform consisted of a burgundy jacket, white button-up shirt, ascot, and a plaid skirt. It was the wardrobe for a typical private school. Her brownish black hair was pulled back into a ponytail and was held in place with a scrunchie that matched her burgundy jacket. Barbara set a plate containing Gracie's favorite breakfast food. "Thanks," Gracie replied as she grabbed a fork to slice into her crepes. Gracie takes a piece into her mouth. The look on her face looks like she just went to heaven. "Oh my god, so good. You act like you never had my crepes before. You know crepes are my favorite," Gracie replied as she takes another bite. "So how did you hold up last night? You ask me that every morning. You know how much I worry about you while I am at work." "I am fine. I do get a little creeped out about staying here all alone sometimes, but I manage. You won't have to worry too long. In a few weeks, I will be back working the day shift. Just make sure you keep arming that security system." "I will, Auntie," Gracie replied. "Aunt, I need to ask you a favor." "Go ahead." "I know we are a bit strapped for money, but I would like to go on a few college tours this summer." "Where?" "New York, Seattle, Canada, and Hawaii." "I don't think we can do it all. I have to see what my work schedule is like." "Okay. What about that internship you applied for this summer?" "I think I am not going to take it. I only applied for it because the school counselor kept bugging me about it." "Well, you should not do it if you feel pressured." "Yeah, but it can be good to earn some extra money if we go on these college tours. Right now let's just worry about finishing up the semester. We'll see about making plans when I start working the day shift." After Grace eaten breakfast, she quickly ran out of the house. She chases and yells at the bus as it was about to take off. The bus stopped for her to board. On the other side of the street, Anonymous was in his car watching Gracie getting on the bus. Once the bus drove away, Anonymous exits his car and walked to Barbara's house. After knocking a couple of times, Barbara opens the door. "Gerald, what are you doing here?" "I am just here checking on you. May I come in?" "You know you are always welcomed." Barbara opened the door and stepped aside, allowing Anonymous to enter. Barbara hugs Anonymous. "It's been a minute since you've been around, brother. Don't tell me that you missed me." "I visit every month," Anonymous replied with a smirk. "You need to come around more. We talked about this. I can't come around when she's here. She has a name," Barbara stated with a judgmental look. Anonymous knew by the look of Barbara's piercing eyes and the tone in her voice, an argument was coming his way. "Barbara, please don't start. You know it's not fair that you have a son that sees you constantly and all Gracie gets is a mere thought of you. Moreover, it's really messed up she does not even know she has a brother." "Enough, Barbara. You knew how things were going to be when I laid out the terms of no contact policy." "Fine. Since you are here, come on in and eat. All that damn working out makes you look frail." "I am fine." "Well, you can at least have a cup of coffee with me." Anonymous looks at his expensive Eggert watch. "I guess I can spare a few minutes." While Anonymous was eating strawberry crepes with coffee, Barbara showed Anonymous Gracie's latest artwork and grades from her school. Anonymous was pleased with what he saw. "Fucking outstanding," Anonymous replied with a smile. "She has her mother's talent. She is doing extremely well. She is talking about doing a college tour this summer for a few art schools." "That is an awesome idea. I'll pay for everything," Anonymous replied as he flips through Gracie's art book with an astonished look. "Do you need anything else? You know you don't need to work." "And what am I supposed to do? Sit around and twiddle my thumbs? It would drive me crazy. You was always such a damn workaholic. Look at the pot calling the kettle black," Barbara sarcastically replies with a chuckle. "Now if you don't mind leaving so this workaholic could get some rest." Anonymous gets up and fixes his suit jacket. "I'll see you next month," Anonymous replies as he gives Barbara a peck on the cheek and heads for the door. "Gerald, don't be a damn stranger. Come around more. You know Gracie's starting to ask about her father," Barbara replies. Anonymous turns around. "I'll think about it," Anonymous coldly states before walking out the door.